Hey there, welcome to the channel. I'm Cindy Daychuck with Queen Bee Creations and I am so excited. So this is my first project with the new IOD release items, and I am starting with the Belsnickel mold. Now, this has got the 3 Belsnickel kind of Santa Father Christmas figures. It's got a couple of little tags as well, but I gotta tell you, I have a collection of these in wood that I often put out every Christmas, so I was really excited to get these. And I thrifted. I thrifted a base that I thought would be great for a Christmas pattern, and they're just going together. So I gotta tell you, all I am doing is I am gonna mix up some overnight resin. So use a resin or clay of your choice. I'm going to use a resin, but I am going to take these plant stakes from the dollar store, and as my figure and my resin is curing, I'm going to lay this down. Well, you know what? I'm not going to use these now because they're too wide for one of the bodies. Oh, it works for 2 out of 3. Doesn't that figure? All right, well, okay, it doesn't work for you. I will find an alternative. But all I'm going to do is when the resin has kind of thickened up, so I don't want it tilting. Once the resin is thicker, because I'm doing this early in the day, so it'll get thick by the end, I'm just going to lay this on top, and it's just going to stick, and then it's going to adhere. And then I have something, and I'll cut off the top so it's not quite as long, but I have something that's going to stick into my arrangement. Then you could use a piece of wire, you could use a popsicle stick, you could use whatever you happen to have. I just happen to have these right now. I don't have popsicle sticks, or if I do, I couldn't find them, so I'm using what I could find. And I'm going from there. So I'll just cut this one down to size. It'll all be okay. But that's all that's happening behind the scenes, because really, apart from that, we don't much care, right? It's just 2-part epoxy, part A, part B, equal parts. Stir them up until it runs clear. Pour it into your mold, leave it overnight. When it's thick enough, put your stick on. You're good to go. That's it. Behind the scenes stuff. These are our little Belsnickel molds. So super cute, these Santas. What I need to do is paint them up, and I'm going to use some acrylic paint just so that they're all kind of sealed up. I'm just going to get a bunch of colors out. I'm not sure how brilliant red this brilliant red is, but it's pretty brilliant red. But that's okay, because I'm going to do some aging. But I'm going to do this just kind of in little stages as we go, because I want some sections to dry in between. So I might as well start with what I want red. And by the time that I'm done all 3, I can go back and do a second coat in the same color if I need to. It'll be a little more economical. So I'm going to do just kind of, actually it's kind of painting out nicely with just 1 coat. So good. So I'm going to take my time and get these painted, and then we'll come back and do a little bit of decorating on them before we start doing the rest of what I have in mind. But I'm loving these guys. Ultimately, it comes down to a tiny brush and adding in a bunch of the details here and there. I wasn't anticipating doing this green yet, but because I had it out and I'm going to be breaking for lunch, I thought that I would get started on a little bit of the leaf trim or decoration. I mean, you could just not do this, right? You could just roughly painted, do them cream and with a different aged wax. I mean, you have tons of options and directions that you can go. This is just the direction I'm going. All right, these are finished little Belsnickel guys. They're so cute, are they not? I mean, these would be equally cute. You could do them, just paint them cream and dark wax them or something, but I just wanted to do something that was a little bit more original. Now, I have not finished them in a gloss finish. I've left them a little bit more rustic, which kind of fits with what I'm thinking. Now, I happen to have gotten this little basket with the bark, the birch bark on the outside, and I'm just going to, this sound drives me crazy, but I find using that way easier than using a knife. It cuts so much easier. And so let's cut you down. How much am I cutting off? About there. Okay. Now, my thinking and why we did them on these is that I'm going to put the 3 of these guys, and I'm going to put them in right away so that they can be standing up. I'm not too worried about that right now, that they're sitting up higher. Okay, I'm a little worried that you're sitting up as high as you are, but maybe I'll just cut them all down. Okay, let's just go ahead and do it. Oh, my goodness, that really sticks you in there, doesn't it? Oh, that was in there good. All right. So I'm putting them in first because everything builds around them, right? They're the center of attraction here. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to add in some trees or not. Not sure. Okay, we'll keep those out in a just-in-case situation. But I am definitely going to be taking greenery and adding that in. So, you know, take whatever you've got. I'm trying to just kind of build a bit of vignette. So I'm going to take some greenery. I'm going to cut these apart and just add these in. Until I get a full enough look. Now I am just going to share one little trick. You know, things like this take a lot of greenery, even though they're small. So this greenery can be crazy expensive. So what I do is I hit up the thrift stores and I buy the old broken down Christmas trees. So I usually get them for like under $10 because they are missing pieces, or they're missing a stand, or the lights don't work. I don't care about any of that because I buy them and I cut them apart. So individual branches could be a whole tree, or you can easily cut them apart and use all the individual greenery on them. And you know, you can get different trees, and then you have different types of greenery options because they have different fir tree. And I just save all the branches, get rid of the stem, the stem, the trunk of the tree, and cut them apart. And then you have tons for almost nothing. So I am kind of leaving this sort of flat on the back because it's going to be going against a wall. That's what I envision. And I'm just going to add in like a couple of little Christmas pick embellishments here and there to add a little bit of color. But I'm really looking for it to be fairly simple in design, because really, I want you a little bit that way, and you angled a little bit. It's all about the Santas. It's all about the Belsnickel guys, and oh my gosh, they're adorable. Okay, so I have more greenery, and I have some slightly nicer greenery that I'll put as the top layer. And then I have, you know, like pine cones and, you know, like little pine cones and those sorts of things to be able to add in. But you get the idea, and then we're done. All right, and there we go, just finished. So I kept the greenery and things very simple, but I did keep the Belsnickel guys fairly simple too. You can see, like, anywhere that I did the trim, I did it in a light gray just to contrast with the white of the beard, but you could do whatever. The nice thing about these is that you can individualize them. You can paint them in whatever color that you want. I went very traditional, obviously. But again, depending upon how and where you're using them, you could do them in a cream and just distress them, or, you know, like a white, or do that so that you're not doing the individual faces and painting. You're just doing them in one solid color, which is perhaps a little bit easier, but you know, I loved them. So I made them look like some of the guys that I have downstairs. Although really, I think this is a better paint job than the ones I have. So, than the wooden ones. So I think that there's a lot that you can do with these. I'm just pulling them up a little higher. That's better. They're sitting up higher. So I think there's a lot you can do with these, and certainly you can create a lot of different looks with them depending upon how you're using them. You could do this not just with the resin, but with the clay, since they're going to be just kind of freestanding. They're not something that's going to be held or touched. So you don't have to worry about the durability so much because it's in a solid display. But, you know, just go with what media makes sense for the project that you're doing. But super cute. Let me know what you think of this one. Let me know if you've gotten a hold of these yet. They are just out. So I have a number of the molds in the shop right now. I'm trying to think when this is coming out, but right now I think that this is coming out on the Friday. They just launched on the Thursday, so I should still have a bunch more because I loved this one. I got a lot more than I normally do. queenbeecreationshome.com, or your local retailer. I'm sure they have a bunch of them as well because they're adorable. Looking forward to your comments as always. Looking forward to the next one. And until then, take care.